Good evening, dear sisters and brothers. Welcome to today's session of Being Heartful Every Day, a Joyful Adventure. This program is being conducted to celebrate the 125th birth anniversary year of Revered Babuji Maharaj. So we are on week 32, day 218. The topic for the week is Love for the Guru. My name is Prasanna Krishna. I'll be hosting today's session. I'll facilitate the session today. A very warm welcome to all of you again. Let's look at the topic. Yesterday we couldn't do it because Daji's direct relay was there. So we are starting off on this new topic, which is love for the Guru. So let's think about this topic and see how we can utilize this week to develop this love for the Guru. So let's start the program. Before that, a very gentle reminder to everybody that we should start looking at the master classes and circulating to one or two family and friends every day. We can think of one or two people who may not know about heartfulness and circulate the master classes to them and request them to go to the master classes. Also, this program, Being Heartful Every Day, has received a very, very warm appreciation from everybody participating. So if you know of brothers and sisters who are already practicing, please do forward this to all your associates. Okay. We move on to the inspirational reading part of it today, where we talk about an article from Daji, A User Guide to Living, Part 2. This article deals with the science of creating a daily meditation practice. Daji continues his series on daily living and human transformation. In this second article, he takes us through some of the essential aspects of a self-development practice and introduces us to the first principle of the user's guide, the science of creating a good meditation practice. It may surprise you to know that at the time Babuji wrote his book on the 10 Maxims in the 1940s. There were just a handful of books published in the area of self-help, including the hugely popular Self-Help by Samuel Smiles, titled Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, As a Man Thinketh by James Allen, and How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Babuji was the first author in this era to give us a comprehensive guide to living by incorporating the 5 key elements of self-development: an effective practice, essential values, regulative behavior, leadership, and continuous improvement. We can look at the diagram below. Within these 5 elements, there are also 10 principles. Even today, only a handful of books offer such a rich and all-encompassing roadmap to fulfilling a life. These are the 5 elements which Babuji Maharaj has mentioned in the 10 principles of self-development. At the core is a practice through which we develop essential values which help us developing a behavior, proper behavior, and being to doing. From trying to be to do something, we develop leadership, developing self and others, and then the process of continuous improvement. The 10 principles for living follow a daily cycle and inherent sequence, which unfolds like a flowering. At the center of this unfolding is the practice. The practice that triggers the flowering of consciousness. And it is the first thing we do in the morning, preparing us for the day, setting the tone, and centering us for what is to happen. As consciousness expands and purity and simplicity emerge, we are able to peek into our essential nature and start relaxing into our inner being. Our thoughts and actions are then guided by essential values of the heart. The next segment of the unfoldment is behavior. When we are established in the state of being, our behavior resonates with that state. As being and doing reinforce each other, our consciousness evolves naturally to a level where we want to help others. Hence, the capacities and qualities of leadership unfold naturally. The last segment of the unfoldment is the continuous improvement, which consists of a daily review and corrective action before sleeping at night. This framework is dynamic and fluid. All the segments are co-emergent and seamless. It is holistic, a complete system, a living guidance. As we grow, our work itself becomes our teacher. Within the 5 elements are 10 universal principles. We've seen this diagram in earlier cases also. The practice is addressed by the first 3 maxims: create a daily morning meditation practice. Second maxim talks about fill your heart with love before starting meditation and before sleeping. And the third, fix your goal and do not rest until you attain it. These first three maxims talk about the practice. The maxims 4 and 5 talk about the essential values. The fourth maxim being live simply to be in tune with nature. And fifth one is be truthful and accept challenges as being for your betterment. The next 3 maxims help us in developing a behavior and from being to doing. Maxim 6 talks about know everyone as one, treating them equally and harmoniously. Maxim 7 talks about do not seek revenge for the wrongs done by others instead of always being grateful. Honor the resources you are given as sacred and an attitude of purity, including food and money. The ninth talks about leadership. Become a role model by inspiring love and sacredness in others. Accept the richness of their diversity while also accepting that we are all one. The 10th maxim talks about the continuous improvement. Introspect daily before bedtime so as to correct our faults and avoid making the same mistakes twice. This is there also there in the website heartfulnessmaxim.com. Let's take a pause here and relook at introspect what we have read today. Essentially the 10 maxims and the framework and this very important diagram which Taji has mentioned in his article, which talks about what are the different core values. So let's spend a couple of minutes on that before we start the idea of it. It's 9 p.m. now, so let's begin our universal prayer. Let us sit comfortably, gently close our eyes, and get into a very deep, prayerful attitude. And we offer prayer saying that all brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. One is, there are a couple of points we need to keep in mind when we offer this prayer. One is, the words carry a lot of deep meaning, but I think what matters more is the attitude with which we offer prayer. The more humility, the more the prayerful attitude, the more the sincerity, our prayer will be more effective. Second thing is, before we offer this prayer, we should fill our heart with this love, devotion, and faith, because we can't pray for something which is not there in us. If we want our prayer to be effective, it should be there in our heart. So keeping these two things in mind, one is our heart should be filled with love, devotion, and faith. And the second thing is the attitude with which we pray. Let's offer our prayers saying all brothers and sisters are being filled with love and devotion, and real faith is growing stronger in them. हम आराम से बैठेंगे, धीरे से आंखें बंद करेंगे और ये प्रार्थना करेंगे, एक गहरी प्रार्थना भाव में डूबकर ये प्रार्थना करेंगे कि सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दृढ़ होती जा रही है। इसमें दो चीज बहुत मुख्य है। एक ये है कि जो शब्दों बाबूजी ने दिया ना हम लोगों को, उसका बहुत बहुत गहरा अर्थ है, पर उसको अगर ज्यादा इफेक्टिव होना चाहिए तो हम उसी भाव में, जो प्रार्थना की भाव है ना, उसमें पूरा डूब जाना चाहिए। तो उसका कोशिश करना है। दूसरी पॉइंट ये है कि हमारा हृदय में जब तक ये प्रेम, भक्ति और श्रद्धा नहीं होगा तो अपना प्रेयर भी उतना इफेक्टिव नहीं होगा। तो हम ये दो चीज पर ध्यान रखेंगे। एक है एक गहरा प्रार्थना भाव, दूसरी चीज है अपना हृदय में प्रेम, भक्ति और श्रद्धा भर के हम ये प्रार्थना करेंगे कि सभी भाई बहन प्रेम और भक्ति से भर रहे हैं और उनमें सच्ची श्रद्धा दूर होती जा रही है। Let's continue our prayer till 9:50. Let us try to retain this prayerful attitude into which we have got into before we open our eyes. We can gently open our eyes with a specific suggestion to ourselves that we should retain the condition, prayerful condition we have developed within ourselves. Before we end the program today, just a couple of things. One is, let's remember the topic, the quality for the week, which we need to develop this week. Let's focus on developing this love for the Guru. Let's meditate on what is this love for the Guru, why do we need it, and how we can develop it. The what, why, and the how part of it. Let's try to meditate on it, saying that why is it important, how do I develop it, and what will I benefit from it. So let's think all this. And again, let's do a bedtime prayer before we go to bed. Reflect on our daily activities as per the Maxim 10. So we come to the end of today's program. So thank you, everybody. Thanks a lot. Let's meet tomorrow again at 6 a.m. Thank you. Good night.